biggest faults is just assuming that people know and understand what it is my intent is or what it is that I'm aiming to do. And I think with TPE, the pivot experience, I don't think I've really clearly explained kind of, my why behind doing this show, my why behind all the content that I'm producing, and my why behind, just wanting to get my message out, my value out to my immediate circle of influence, and then trying to grow that circle of influence. And I guess the number one thing would be kind of resonates the most with me is that I want to help other people who come from situations, or not necessarily bad situations, but people who have been able to see the outcomes of other people who maybe didn't have the proper mindset or maybe didn't have the proper exposure in order for them to be the most successful that they can be. I grew up in my late teens, early 20s, all the way up to this point, listening to John Maxwell, Andy Stanley, Les Brown, Eric Thomas, all these titans in the space. And one of the things that I really wanted to do is to contribute my voice to that same space. I want to represent, or I want to be a part of the new generation of young leaders who are adding value to other leaders, who are helping other leaders figure out what's the best way to manage people, manage relationships, grow themselves, invest in themselves, prioritize their self development, because they then will realize that if they prioritize their self development, they'll give themselves a better chance to be successful. So, the pivot experience really all revolves around pivoting the mindset, making our the way we think about things have more agility, and not being stuck or focused on one method of success or one angle of success, and understanding that there's layers and multiple ways for us to be successful, not only in the content space, but wherever it is that you're doing. Wherever you work at, are you maximizing your abilities? Are you maximizing your mindset? Are you maximizing your relationships with the people around you, in order to be able to drive the desired result, not only for the business or organization that you're a part of, but also driving those results for yourself. Because the thing is that I think there's a lot of us who lack confidence. And, honestly, I struggle with this every day. It's I'm really confident in the space where it's my job. I think I know what I need to do there. However, I think when I'm exploring other things that I have interest in, the confidence of, are you good enough, or how do people view you? How do is your messaging clear? All these different things. And as I go through this process of trying to add value to you all, I'm getting better. So this is all about my personal growth, and as I'm growing, bring other people along with me on this journey. And not just me, my family. I think we're all doing some cool and important things that a lot of people are either interested in the direct things that we're doing, or they may be interested in how can they go about getting some of their own things going for themselves. And so, I've always, from a parental standpoint, I've always thought about the job as a parent is to shorten the gap between the time it took you to achieve a result, or to achieve a goal. And so, just as I do it with my kids, and not saying that my circle here is my children, but it's more so like, how do we partner in sharing value with each other that will help shorten the gaps between where we are currently and then the goals that we want to achieve. So that's what the TPE is all about. That's what the pivot experience is all about. We're all about trying to push the next generation of business owners, the next generation of high level leaders. And then not necessarily saying you might not want to be a high level leader wherever it is that you're at. My objective with the content that we produce here is to be able to help you better do whatever it is that you want to do. For you to better understand what it is that you're doing, or for you to take more interest in who you are in presenting yourself in those spaces. So, in short, that is the TPE. That is the manifesto, the vision, the kind of the skinny on where I am in this process and why I am doing what I'm doing.